How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Predit, OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real Talk True Season. Don't worry, I'll wait. And we've all been seeing this video. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, then you're gonna see it. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down because this one really frustrates me. First and foremost, I'm gonna allow you guys to watch the video. Take a look at this.
To see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you
My other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the seven.
Listen, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping
I'm
out.
not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
So you see the woman breaking it down. Oh, you should have bought food round and rare, and he's saying, oh, I'm only bringing it for my child and all the rest of it. And everyone's sitting there saying, who's in the wrong? Now, first and foremost, yeah, I do believe in the sense of me personally, big man, my character wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just throwing that one out there. Yeah, I know you don't thought I was going to go on the women. Nah, my character wouldn't have done that. You cannot go to a house, big man, knowingly that your child is there and they've got other siblings. Like, that child's not going to sit there and be like, I want chips, I want burger. Any child's going to do that. So if any right man is going to put himself in a situation that is going to not sit there and think, raw, like, let me think about the children. Because whenever thinking about the children, it's always about, oh, he should have done this, she should have done that. Stop. Just stop for a second. You ungrateful. Like, do you know, I'll get mad sometimes because it's like, do you think any of them children wants to be put in that situation? They didn't ask to be born. So it doesn't matter about what parent. A lot of people can sit there, oh, what about the other dad? Who cares about the dad when there's a child there right now sitting there thinking, why should I be left out or something? It doesn't make any sense. So big man, in that scenario there, you're wrong, big man. You're wrong. Because the problems that you're going to now call for this single mother when they're now going to be crying, moaning, Mom, I want chips, I want burger. And what kind of complex that are you going to be giving your son, big man? Big man talk. What kind of complex are you giving him? Are you teaching him how to share? Is that kind of case of he's already known how to share? So does that mean that he's going to go now into the house and share out this burger, chips, and a one cup piece of drink? So he's not going to get the full meal anyway in the first place. Or he's just going to eat the meal, look at them, man, and be like, "Rah, you ain't got a dad." And what kind of man are you raising then? So I don't get me wrong, big man. You're doing your thing, you're there. Don't get it twisted. You're there and you're providing for your child. There is ways to go about it. That's all I'm saying. If that was me in a certain case scenario, if you're going to the house, buy food for everybody. There is nothing saying that you couldn't have took your son out. Took your son out and took him for a meal, took him out for the day and everything. There's things like that you can do. Just what I'm trying to say. If you're going to be bringing him and he's at a party and these kids come to the party, you cannot deny them of food. Just like I could say, regardless of any factor. Just like what I'm trying to say. So in this case scenario, she is right. Don't be coming up in here, bruv, and just trying to bring one meal, bruv. That's slackish, bruv. And that just goes to show characters of men. And especially if you've been in a position where you laid down with her, knowing that she's got children. Because some of you, man, just try and go on like you didn't know. Like she didn't explain to you. Like she didn't let you know. I've got 2 kids already. Rah, rah, rah. This is the scenario. You're jumping out of bed. You know one's there. You got cushy. You got loved up and all the rest of it. Now you're not feeling the way the dynamics is working. Now you're sitting there thinking, rah, I shouldn't really be paying for the next shoot. But big man, in that kind of scenario, you've kind of put yourself into that situation because now your son has got brothers and sisters. And regardless whether you feel like that is your duty or not, any real man, there's real men stepping up right now. Stepdad stepping up right now. Because some of you men ain't stepping up in that case scenario. Don't put that woman in that situation to go and like when you was with her, you were stepping up and paying for her child. And now all of a sudden you jumped out and now you just want to pay for your child. That's dead. That's dead food, and this is the reason why we've got dead role model and dead man them out there. And that's the reasons why sometimes I'm just saying to some of you guys, stop putting it out in their trousers if you're not going to be able to step up in certain ways. And this is down to you women as well. Be mindful of men like this in the sense of only paying for their child or only seeing their child if you allow them to give them sex and all these kind of other things that men demand and ask for. I know guys, a lot of you are saying that, raw CP, how you coming at us like that? But this is real talk, big man. Big man thing. If you want to sit there and try and go on like, oh, it's just only a case scenario and this woman, oh, she's bad and all the rest of it. Okay, then tell me something. Because I know there's a lot of guys that will be able to tell me another scenario and be like, bruv, I've bust enough food on him and I've gave them enough money. If that's the case scenario, please comment below. And down to you women, if there's any women out there that's sitting there saying, rah, Chris, like, don't go too hard on them men. There's a lot of women out there that needs to understand and need to fix up. Please comment below because I'm sure there is. But in that case scenario, as a character, as that case scenario, thinking about young people, personally, we never think about the children. It's always, what did the woman do wrong? What did the guy do wrong? Is anyone thinking from a child's perspective? And that's how we should be parenting, looking at the child and saying, what does that child need? What does that child want in that situation? And that child will want in that situation to be feeling equal and feeling fair, regardless if that's your child or not. If everyone's going to eat chips, everyone eats chips. If not, the mother's got every right to throw the chips and burger in the bin because it's not fair. A lot of people will be sitting there trying to side it. It's not fair, guys. Let's just look at it as a children's perspective. Children are growing up to be sitting there in the house knowing that on one side, I'm equal as my brother, but on another side, I'm not equal as my brother because my brother's dad comes around and gives him toys that I can't play with and all the rest of it. It shouldn't work like that. So once again, if we're looking at it from a child's perspective and a child wanting to be around the mother or a child wanting to be around their father, we've got to look at it in the sense of what is their best interest, not in the sense of our ego, not in the sense of our pride. Oh, he's a dickhead, she's a dickhead, I don't like her, oh, she's moving different, rare, she don't let me see the you, I'm not going to pay for this and not pay for that. Are you sitting there thinking about your child? Are you sitting there thinking about what your child wants? Because 9 times out of 10, if we did, we wouldn't actually even talk about some of these scenarios and some of the situations. The fact that we're talking about who's in the wrong, the woman or the man, and we're not actually talking about the children that's in place and the children that's being affected, and they've got to sit there and be like, I wasn't even brought into this, but I'm looking at this like, like, why are we even fighting over food? Is this what it comes down to, fighting over food? My mum's always taught me, brother, you break bread no matter what. It should never actually come down to food. Sometimes we shouldn't be thinking about he and her. We should be thinking about the children. But what's you guys' thoughts? Comment below.